Please join us. Reading. Ichido Hairi. Solemn greetings. Please stop 4 times. Mediation prayer. Page 2 in the prayer books. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Wahiawa Konko Daijin sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parents. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to live our way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is the truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tenchi Kami no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as the divine parent, to live in Kami's intimate blessings, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes. Great is Kami's sorrow. Our Heavenly Father, Konko Daishin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Konko Daishin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kakisuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of the Yami Konko Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, through all the hardships of this world, to pain of body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami. Without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far, the way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and guide them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray. Recitation of Tenji Kakitsuke. Ikigami Konko Daijin Tenji Kane no Kami Shin ni Negae Kami wa waga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de tanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day pray. Kigami Konko Daijin Tenji Kane no Kami Shin ni Negae Okage wa waga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de tanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day pray. Dear Kiyami Konko Daijin Sama and Divine Parent Tenji Kane no Kami-sama, good morning. We gathered here today for this regular Sunday service, Sunday, April 26, 2020. Whether we are here in person or joining via Facebook Live, we give thanks for this church and all of our church ohana. In responding to the government's mandate to stay home during this COVID-19 pandemic, we have still been conducting our services by having the church members join us via Facebook Live. Thank you for the blessings of technology that enabled this to be possible. As we begin a brand new week, let our hearts be positive. Take away any negativity that may have collected in us over the past week. May your good energy flow throughout our veins and heal us from the atomic level of our existence. At this time, let us take a moment to reflect upon the many blessings we do receive and extend a deep prayer for people who are experiencing hardship and suffering, especially during these trying times. We pray that the Kami-sama within all of us will shine through. Thank you. Silent prayer. Adoration prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep, living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Kiyami Konko Daishin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the Divine Parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami, we honor the power of Kami. Prayer for the ending of the novel coronavirus pandemic. Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kane no Kami Sama. 池上金光大臣様、天地金の神様、We offer our hearts of appreciation for your love and virtue as we are allowed to live in this very moment. Currently, a pandemic is rapidly spreading throughout the world. The novel coronavirus pandemic is causing much concern and raising anxiety among people and nations. Thus, we offer our hearts and prayer to you for this pandemic to end as soon as possible. Sadly, there are those who have lost their lives because of this virus, and we put our hands together to pray for their spiritual peace and happiness. We also pray for those who are infected by the virus to quickly recover and heal completely, in order that they may continue to contribute to society and the world. We pray for political, economical, and educational reform so that all the anxiety, distrust, and blame we may have been harboring will dissipate, and we will be blessed with the return of social order. For those that are suffering in the midst of this pandemic, please allow their hope, faith, and livelihoods be restored. Thus, now more than ever, we commit to renewing our hearts of appreciation, having a heart of kami, praying for and guiding others. May we all be awakened to your truth that a faith that helps others helps ourselves. Please use us to help you in this global endeavor to end this pandemic and bring peace to this world. It is our sincere prayer that the people of the world, all your children, will not only have peace of mind, but also live happily, safely, and in good health. Yami Konko Daijin Sama Tenchi Kaino Kami Sama. Shintoku Sanji, page 29. 仰ぎ祭れば天高く仰ぎ祭れば天高く愚かに祭れば地は厚し神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いとありがたき我が生き神の御取り次ぎときもかくる時のなく天地の神の御守りとは吉か木の枝手なし神に尽くしみはよろずやにやまねく満ちて果てしなくか計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえますらん神の比例を仰ぎますらん一同拝礼一同拝礼 Mitama prayer, page 12, Mitama prayer. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. We discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. Your life will go from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you entered the Konko faith. You walked the way of Konko Daishin, respecting the will of the divine parent. You amassed great merit through your faith to take into the world beyond and leave to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We merely as ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Dear Mitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, deceased family, friends, spirits of the native Hawaiians, and beloved housepets outcasts. Good morning to all of you. We have gathered here today at this regular Sunday service in acknowledgement of Kami-sama's blessings and in remembrance of you. We know that you are always watching over us and supporting our well-being and decisions, even now more that you are a Mitama spirit. You are the foundation of our existence, which enables us to be able to enjoy blessings today. If it were not for you, we would not be here. We are here today to honor your divine spirit and to pray for your eternal happiness and peace. Whether through a yellow butterfly, a dream, or a gust of wind, let your presence be known to your loved ones as they think about you in their daily lives. We wish to continue your legacy as an extension of your life and help pass on your core values. At this moment, let us also pray for the people who have passed away from COVID-19 and hope that the situation will get better in the coming days. As we begin a brand new week, please continue to guide us in everything we do. You are in our hearts always, and we want to thank you again very much for all that you do. Silent prayer. Sosensanji, page 36. Sosensanji. Yoyo no Wahiawa, Wagaie no kami, waga kami to kokoro tsukushite itsuki matsurana, kokoro tsukushite itsuki matsurana, toa toki miyoya no kami tachi o umi no kono tameni, ie no hashira o shizume tate tamai, hasu kono tameni, yo no nari wa iyo mamori tasuke tamai, kapuri yo no mienu sakai ni mashimase domo mi tsukushimi no の御心は写しよに変わらせたまわず先に玉のまさきくさきはえたまにくしみ玉のくしびにめぐみたまいて志を巻の柱の動きなくなりはいは結ぶつなめのゆるびなくま心清らに励み努めしめたまいうからやからやわらぎあいて日にけにうらやすく楽しましめたまいついにうつしよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまいに尽くしみをこむらしめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるおかしこみからじけなみにおやの恵みのおぼろげならぬおうれしみ喜び申すことをみ心も涼やかにきこしめしたまえと申す花くしりのみよやのみたま花くしびのみよやのみたま花と音のみよやの神花と音のみよやの神喜怒哀楽Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another Sunday service live stream Facebook. Today, I wanted my brother David Sensei to talk. Because I'm working later in the afternoon and he's off. So I was like, hey, it would be a good idea if we switched week. And if I'm off, I will do the sermon, and if I'm working, you do the sermon. But I couldn't convince him enough. Sorry, guys. I know you wanted to hear him talk more. You see, what should I talk about today? I want to talk about my brother Rodney Sensei. He left
last Wednesday, and we missed him. But we are really, really grateful that he was able to stay that long, because it was like a dream come true for all of us. You know, they come and visit Rodney and the wife Fun, but not a very, very long time. But this time we were able to have Rodney for about 6.5 weeks.
44 days.
44 days. Okay, my mom counted exactly 44 days. And he taught us a lot of things. And I just see how much his faith has grown, you know. He's been in San Francisco for how many years?
16.
About 16 years. And the amount of growth is just amazing. I'm not sure if you've noticed this too, but we have noticed, because we don't see him that often. And you know, in the beginning, you know, he used to call me kind of often about the problems he would encounter or the hardships. And it's like nowadays I'm the one that's calling him for advice on the faith and spirituality. So, in the amount of care, the kokoro kubari, you know, mindfulness. He's so mindful in many, many ways. He tries to help out so much around the house, with my parents, with me, my brothers, Satan, everybody. And before he left, he cleaned the cars, you know, all the cars. He cleaned my Honda Fit. Yeah, it was getting dull. The paint was getting dull. And my parents' car, like, you know, it wasn't shiny at all. And even the truck he was able to borrow from a friend, he waxed it down, detailed it really nicely and clean. And so clean that his friend is like afraid that it might get stolen because it's so nice. Anyways, that amount of consideration, I was really Anthony. I really want to thank the San Francisco Church for allowing him to stay that long too, and we enjoy his presence in Hawaii. And hope he's doing okay. And let's see. I would like to talk about my okage that I received just last night when I worked at the hospital. I was just plugging in my computer on wheels in the wall socket, and I guess the way I plugged it in, it wasn't ergonomically correct. And so I kind of did like this kind of action, and then my right shoulder, it got twisted weird, you know, and I heard it go, and I was like, it was so sore. And then after that, I couldn't lift up my right arm more than here.
Wow.
This was the highest I could lift up my arm yesterday after that. And when I need to reach for higher things, I either use my left hand or I had to support my right hand with my left hand, and then I grabbed some stuff like that. And I immediately reminded myself that I hurt my own self because of my, you know, because I wasn't being ergonomically mindful. So I rubbed my shoulder like this, and I said, "Thank you. I'm sorry. I just hurt you. Now, you know, you've supported me for all these years I've been alive, and I appreciate all the work you have done for me until this day, and I apologize that this just happened to you." And while I was massaging it, I set a deadline for myself. I pray that, I hope that overnight you'll heal more, and by tomorrow morning I'll be able to lift my arm up without having to support it with my left hand. And sure enough, my pain is really, I just feel just a little tiny bit of residual pain, but it's nothing compared to yesterday. So, so that's my little okage that I received yesterday and this morning. I want to talk about praying. And whenever you pray for something, it's good to set a deadline, yeah. And you also want to tell Kami-sama what kind of a blessing you want to receive. You have to be specific. and it's really good to write it down actually. Even for my patients, they have a lot of worries, and I'm not in their shoes. They're cancer patients, and they have worries of a cancer patient, which I have no clue. For example, during this novel coronavirus, I asked patients around and the patients that I have, and I asked them, what kind of concerns or worries do you have while this coronavirus pandemic is going on? And some of them, they get teary-eyed and say that, I can't have any visitors come by. And to me, that is really heart-wrenching. Nobody can come and visit them. We're not allowing any visitors into the hospital, and that's true for all the other hospitals. And to have had that before the coronavirus, you know what I mean? How we're able to have patients, have visitors visit them. That was something we take for granted. But now that the patient can't have that support, that extra support, I think it hinders on their healing and spiritually. And I think that it all begins at the spiritual level. Healing begins at the spiritual level. Another concern that a patient brought up was that he's not able to have a bone marrow transplant. And I didn't even think about that. He said, yeah, because of this coronavirus, he can't fly out to the mainland to get a bone marrow transplant, although he has a perfect match. And to him, he is extremely worried and just so upset about this whole situation. I never thought about that. And some people, I read online this morning that some of these cancer patients are not going through with their chemotherapy treatments. They're not going in to get their chemotherapy because they are so afraid and they are so vulnerable. Every time you get your chemotherapy infusions, a couple of days, a couple of weeks later, your immune system is going to get shot. It's going to get so low. You're going to get very vulnerable to even the smallest germs. So, and to avoid that, they rather just not take chemotherapy altogether. They rather just stay in their house and be sheltered. So all these things I learned about the cancer patients during this time of the pandemic. However, I sometimes encourage the patients to set a deadline of when they want to receive blessings or what kind of blessings they want to receive. They have so many worries on their mind, but for a lot of them, the main thing is they want to go home. They don't want to be cooped up in the hospital. And I tell them, okay, I'm going to write your goal on your whiteboard. And then I tell them, so I ask them, what day do you want to go home? And then they tell me, and then I write that date. And it's amazing because most of the times it works. They are able to go home before or on the day that we write on the board, the day that they want to be discharged from the hospital. And I write it down so the patient can wake up and, when they wake up from their sleep or naps, they can see. The first thing they see in front of them is their main goal. When they want to go home, what kind of blessing they want to receive. And if they constantly look at that, then it's going to prep their body spiritually, and they're going to be motivated to work toward that goal, and they're going to be able to receive that kind of blessing. This past Christmas, December, there were 2 patients who their blood level counts wouldn't increase. No matter how many transfusions of blood or like platelets we give them, it'll go up for one day, and then the very next day it just dropped right back down again. It's like they had these weird immune diseases where their immunity would just attack their own cells. They've been in the hospital for weeks, and they're so depressed. And Christmas was getting near, And they were even more depressed because they thought that maybe they have to spend Christmas in the hospital. So I asked them, what is your goal? I had two patients, right? What is your goal? And he says, I want to go home before Christmas. So I said, okay, let's write that on the board. I wrote, okay, I wish to get better by this day, December 25th, to be able to be discharged from the hospital. And sure enough, I had to work Christmas and Christmas Eve, but when I came to work on Christmas Eve, both of the patients were well enough to go home on Christmas Eve, and they had the biggest smile ever. And I was like, "Whoa, that's the greatest Christmas present ever!" And they're like, "Yes, I'm so happy." So, really setting a deadline, writing it down on a piece of paper, writing it out big where you can see it every day is so good, so important, so effective. Like a vision board. So, I tell my patient to set the deadline and state the specific, in detail, the kind of blessing you want to receive, and continue to hold a positive attitude. Then you will no doubt receive that blessing element for you. We're always caught up in worries. Me especially, I worry a lot. And it's my mom that has to reassure me. Clayton, my husband, has to reassure me quite often. My mom always likes to take out this Konko teaching. So I don't have it in front of me, but I do remember it. And it says, just because you will be eating shiokara tomorrow, you don't have to start drinking water from today. So shiokara is very salty, fermented fish guts. And
Squid.
Oh yeah, squid guts. Squid meat and guts. So anyways, shiokara, I love shiokara. It's really, I don't know, it's an acquired taste. You have to either like it or not like it, because it's really, really stinky, but very, very salty too, but really delicious on hot rice. Anyways, shiokara is really salty, so you need some water at the side. So anyway, just because you'll be eating shiokara tomorrow, you don't have to start worrying from this moment, today. That's what my mom would always say to me. In putting it in today's terms, it would be like, if I were to make this teaching into today's words, just because you'll be eating a ghost pepper tomorrow, you don't have to start drinking milk from today. So, you don't know what a ghost pepper is, you can just look on YouTube, ghost pepper challenges, or like the Carolina Reaper challenges, and they are just sweating bullets because it's so hard. Anyways, so basically my mom says not to worry, let time take its course, and just enjoy the moment, continue to receive coming some of those blessings, and just give thanks moment by moment. That is what is most important. And going back to the patient that was worried about, not being able to get a bone marrow transplant, and this whole coronavirus pandemic thing, really, really worried about the future. I told him that, well, worrying really, takes a number on our bodies. And when we worry, the stress hormones will come out. And when stress hormones come out, we'll have a harder time healing, and we'll be more immunocompromised than we want to. Our immune system will be weaker than we wanted it to be. So if we can give thanks for this moment, the moment I'm still here, I'm alive, I don't have COVID-19, I'm okay, I have food to eat, a bed to sleep in, a roof over my head. If you can give thanks to those little things in life, then that will lead to your next goal in receiving Okage. So let's all keep that in mind during these times and always. Thank you so much.
speak. Good morning, おはようございます。Japanese. Thank you for joining today's Sunday service. This service has been televised by the Facebook live stream and corresponding to the current coronavirus pandemic. I'd like to quote two passages, a message of the founder Konko that can be relevant to the situation of the under the storm of the coronavirus pandemic we have to deal with. Early in the morning on October 14, this is November 24th in today's calendar, Kami-sama imparted, those who have faith should not worry about the unexpected. There will be unexpected illnesses not only in summer, but also in the winter. No one is aware of the blessings of heaven and earth which enable people to live. Kami shall help people become aware of the blessings of heaven and earth. Where the Konko that be born throughout the world, with sunshine in every country with an exception. This is from the Oshirase go to Wahiawa 26-22. And another message, early in the morning on February 4th, this is March 22nd, according to the Gregorian calendar, Kami-sama revealed, Konko Daiji, pray for your children and grandchildren. The events they encounter have a chain of dependence. When your children and grandchildren occasionally fall ill, pray for their recovery. Don't be surprised, no matter what happens. As long as Nitenshi, the sun, exists, do not worry. Haikenchi Kaino Kami. Am I a parent? Children are fine as long as their parents are with them. If I no longer exist, the universe will become dark. Nitenshi will never die. Pray for the prosperity for all those people, all generations. And quoted from the Oshirase go to Wahiawa 26. That's let me read the last message in Japanese, original message. 2月4日早々お知らせ。一つ、金光大臣、子供、孫のことを願い、何事も巡り合い、病気は時々にできる。治ることを願い、何事ありでもびっくりするな。日天使がおる間はくぜわにすな。親のようなもの、子供が親がおればよかろう。天地金の神がおらぬようになったらやめ。日天使が死ぬことはあるまい。万号末代、代々子孫繁盛を願いと教えThe two messages are very broad, universal message to all humanity, only Konko believers. If we follow these messages, even today's trouble situation, we can be able to deal with. This is a very good situation. We have to be closer to Kami-sama in the situation. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。 義阿弥根本来現天地神の神神に願いおかげは心にあり今月今日でため義阿弥根本来現天地神の神神に願いおかげは我が心にあり今月今日でためご理解ナンバー2
Number 2.
Number 2 Page
Page
221
21? No, 22.
No, it was 21 あ、そうか
Yeah. I read.
これご覧ください
ちょっと待って。
どこですか
いや、did we read that?
No, I don't think so.
We read 35, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. 36.
Okay.
Wait, just okay, let me put this right. We're reading the Gorikai number 2, page 222, number 36.
はい
36.
36. After a daughter marries, she can take an expensive yellow-tailed fish to her parents at the year's end and make them happy. But if in the following year she asks them for help with her accumulation of debt, it will cause them worry.
David?
37. When someone needs clean drinking water and there is none, scoop some water from the rice paddy. It'll be an energizer, bringing divine blessings.
Okay, 38. When your child is sick, don't get confused and feel pity. When your child does not obey, you become upset and hit your child. No matter how sick he becomes, don't be concerned. Let him be and have faith for him. He can receive divine blessings.
Number 39. When visiting someone sick in bed, ask if he is able to eat. Food gives life. If one does not eat, the strength and will to live will be lost. Without food, the body cannot live. 40番
No, 40. You can have 1,000 bales of rice, but if you are ill, you can't eat annually. In good health, it goes on a day-to-day existence. Can enjoy lowly or reddish grow. Always pray for good health. はい、
Thank you. Okay. Now,
Good morning. おはようございます。We're going to sing a song, 4 songs. So, 新人の栄光 page 57 新人の道を and Yo-Yo no Ya and Shiny Shimmering Light. Page 68. Shiny Shimmering Light, page 46.
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, still within my heart. Still I know, even when I slow my time, can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just know each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, swinging arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives.
ありがとうございました。Thank you very much.
終わった。
No, まだ。
元気がですけど。池上金光大天地金の神神に願い。我が我が心にあり、今月今日でかなめ。池上金光大天地金の神神に願い。我が我が心にあり、今月今日でかなめ。
arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you. This concludes our live stream Sunday service. We hope you enjoyed. We will now be having our okage sharing amongst ourselves. So if you have family or even in front of your altar, you can share your okage blessings of the week and give thanks to it. Hoping you have an awesome week. Thank you again. Bye.
ありがとう。ご苦労様です。